Welcome everyone to the finale of Mega Man 7. In this episode, we are going to finish off Wily Stage 3 and 4, because that would basically be the reason why it's the finale. I can't believe I just said that. But anyway, Wily Stage 3. There was a split path if you happen to see the trail in the opening video. That trail lead to two different directions. Now, we're gonna probably be using the super adapter a lot because, well, one, the power-up punch, the upgrade that you got from Turbo Man stage, will actually come in handy for all the enemies that are above you. We can just simply home in on them and try to keep myself from being hit anymore. I can't take any more cannon fire, goddammit. This will also help against the stupid Sniper Joes that are in the way. There we go. And now we have a review, which is basically what this stage is, a whole entire review. There's nothing special about it except for the fact that you're walking over an invisible platform with spikes. Instead of an invisible platform with bottomless pits, unlike with Cloudman stage, you know what I'm saying? Because this is exactly where this whole entire part of the stage came from, Cloudman. And of course, gunner robots with ladders, I do believe that also came from, if I'm not mistaken, that came from Springman. So yeah, I have to say though, this stage may be a little lackluster, but there's one thing about this stage that I can't stand the most. The boss. But I did say that this was a split path stage, if I'm not mistaken, and the split path comes in... Oh god, I gotta be careful. I don't want to fall into a spike trap if I actually get hit, you know what I'm saying? But the split path comes in a little bit later. I split path, not split path. What is wrong with me? But, that split path happens right here. You got to ride those mines, or should I say those platforms that are timed, that explode on contact, just so you can get to the other side. Honestly, I should have used Rush Jet right there, but I managed to make it to the checkpoint anyway, because, well, that's where I died. And the path split. If you use the super adapter to go up, you'll be able to take the upper path, which is a Yoku Box path. If you go down, however, which I'm doing right now because fuck Yoku Blocks, we're going to be going to an area that is, well, full of water and spikes. You know, like Burstman stage. And of course, that would mean we have this crab mini-boss to deal with. Just keep unleashing hell and unleashing Mega Buster shots and you'll be fine. Now if you can pick up whatever it drops before you sail up, that's fine. Be aware though that you're going to be floating up just like with Burstman stage, but the difference is, instead of running into landmines, you may inadvertently run into spikes. And by the way, the upper path where the path splits, that is the checkpoint. Oh, and yeah, that's kind of a dick move to put a life there. You can't get it. But whatever the case, we're at the boss. Yeah, we better prepare ourselves. Because the boss... Oh my god, I hate this boss so much. Its actual weakness is the Slash Claw. Problem? You have to hit the crystal on its head in order for you to actually count as a hit. And the frame rate. The frame rate of this goddamn fight was going so badly. I didn't know what I was seeing, so I had to use whatever means necessary to survive. Or at least try to get a hit. It was terrible on my end. Yeah, I know, it sucks, and I'm pretty sure this is probably why people may not like my gameplay throughs a lot. But I will eventually defeat him. I mean, eventually, right after I fail miserably. But what you're supposed to do is hop on the missiles and use the, well, you could actually use the, oh wait, no, you can't. Shit. I might as well just use the Mega Buster. Why am I using the Thunderbolt? And why do I keep doing that? Oh, that did not work. That did not work. But the Mega Buster is your best choice. It is actually powerful enough to do some damage to this thing. I was just screwing up royally, so there's not really much to say on that end. No, not screwing up. I screwed up royally because I used up all of my sub-tanks. Yeah, this is failure 101. And I'll be right back when I actually do defeat him. So, see ya then. Alright, we got a better run of him this time around. Okay, not as better as what it was supposed to be. And I can't believe that shot missed. But what you're supposed to do is use the missiles to get a good shot onto his head. Like so. And yeah, like I said, the Slash Claw is his weakness. But the problem is, you gotta get a good shot onto the forehead. And that crystal on his forehead is his weak point. Yeah, be careful not to get hit by the missiles. And more importantly, oh, I'm sorry if that skipped, but what I was saying was be careful not to get hit by the missiles. And more importantly, I saved at least two like an E-Tank and a Super Tank just so I could survive and outlast this asshole. Because I inadvertently died off screen. And that's because of the fact that he took way too much damage and I got frustrated. I hate this boss so much. But you need to time your jumps carefully. And more importantly, make sure that you don't run into any explosives. I mean, you could get off 2 shots if you're really, really skilled at this. Thing is, I'm not. So, needless to say, this boss, it's going to take a while. This is probably one of the reasons why it's 20 goddamn minutes. Or more than 20 minutes. Ah, shit. Did not mean to get hit by a missile. I still got the Super Tank, so I'm gonna win this war of attrition. And that's basically what it is. That's basically how you're gonna win this. You're gonna have to use attrition and find an opening just so you can defeat this guy. I mean, some may say this is an easy boss to, no damage. Sometimes things like this happen, and there was a lot of sprite flicker when it came down to, fighting this while the recorder itself was not showing the actual sprite whenever it got hit, and it kind of caused screen flicker and slowdown, so I wasn't able to actually retrace my steps and ended up getting hit by missiles. And then there were some times when it actually came clear on the recording, it looked like I'm sucking really badly. So, with that said, I'm practically trying to survive and keep myself from dying again because, yeah, that was my last energy tank, technically. I'm just gonna keep my distance and try my best to win. God damn it. But again, having a boss with a very tiny hitbox is just bullshit. This boss sucks. However, I did say this is the hardest game in the series, right? And you're gonna run into bosses with incredibly small hitboxes like this guy in this game. So bear that in mind. With that said, he's done for after that last shot. Whew! That was close. Oh, sorry if my microphone's a little bit too loud for you guys. Just seems like it's very loud because of the fact that the volume may be up too high or something. I'm not sure. But whatever the case, we are done with Wily Stage 3. And now it is time for Wily Stage 4, the final stage of the game. And that is the boss rush. Yeah! The only thing I can say about the boss rush is this. There's an elevator that'll allow you to go to the 8 stages. So once you go in this room here, you can just take the elevator and you can cycle between whatever stage you want. It doesn't matter. Whatever the case, I'll see you guys. But before I do, let me show off my revenge on Freeze Man. I would start off with Turbo Man, but fuck that. Freeze Man almost embarrassingly killed me also, so I might as well get rid of him, and I say to hell with Turbo Man, I'll deal with him off screen. By the way, he's actually the guy that cost me one of my deaths off screen, so bear that in mind. Alright folks, it's time for us to go after Dr. Wily and one of the most infamous bosses of all time. Starting off with Wily Walker. This one is not really that hard, but in the Power Fighters, he's kinda difficult. Yeah, as a matter of fact, he did make a debut in the I think it was the Power Battle. That's what it was. He made a debut in the Power Battles, not the Power Fighters. Power Fighters was something else. But whatever the case, Thunderbolt is his weakness. Not Danger Act, dumbass. Thunderbolt. I honest to God thought I got Thunderbolt. But the whole gist is, the Wily Walker will try to, crush you. His little walkers are actually prone to dying to, Thunderbolt. But he too is prone to dying to Thunderbolt as well. So, make sure you not stand in the way, and also make sure that you don't get hit a lot. Oh shit! That was close. But yeah, he's kind of easy. I mean, it's hard to predict where he's gonna land, but he moves slowly and leaves himself wide open, so just take as many shots as you can with a Thunderbolt. He's not that form of Wily's not the problem anyway. It's the other one. Fuck this Wily Capsule. Okay, let me just break down exactly what it is we're doing here with this Wily Capsule. This Wily Capsule tends to appear and disappear, just like all the other Wily Capsules. The difference is, the Wily Capsule tends to fire elemental shots. There's lightning, fire, and ice. Do not get hit by the ice. You will be left victim to being hit by lightning bolts. Do not get hit by the fire. It will slowly but surely drain your health. Yes, you have E-takes in this battle, but goddamn, this guy really hits hard. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is, while the Super Adapter does the most damage to Wily, so does the Wild Coil. Everything else only does like 1 damage to him. But if you use the Thunderbolt, like I just did, it'll keep him from using the elemental attacks. However, Freeze Cracker is your best bet because Freeze Cracker can actually aim higher than what Wild Coil does. Wild Coil is garbage. And for it to be an actual weakness is just trash. Oh, and by the way, in order for the Wild Coil to actually work, it has to be charged. So, yeah, bear that in mind. So, this battle is going to be a war of attrition. And once again, the screen flicker is not on my side. And I think I used up all of my abilities. Actually, no, I didn't. I haven't used up all of my energy just yet. But if you use the Thunderbolt, you can have him be stuck and just shoot lightning all the time. But as you can see, the Wild Coil barely did anything because of the fact that it wasn't charged. So I'm just gonna stick with the Freeze Cracker. Or the Mega Buster. Or actually the Super Adapter. Because a charged Mega Buster actually could do some damage to Wily as well. But the Super Adapter works the best. It's best you have the power-up before coming here. You can afford 800 bolts just to beat him. I'm sorry, that was my chair in the background. I was trying to get comfortable. But yeah, the Mega Buster does the most damage to him, along with the Freeze Cracker and the Super Adapter. Do not use the Wild Coil. Wild Coil is too much of a risk. But if you are going to use the Super Adapter and you need to slide, switch to the Mega Buster. Yeah, I kind of screwed up because of screen flicker, so I might as well just take my lumps and die. Time for my revenge later. Much later. Because, yeah, death definitely was a given. I died multiple times, primarily to this asshole here. So I had to do the whole boss rush all over again. And as you can see, again, the Wild Coil is useless. And also, again, using the Freeze Cracker is a better idea because you can actually control where the Freeze Cracker goes if you jump in midair. You can't do that with the Wild Coil. The Wild Coil just has to bounce first in order to gain momentum to do some damage. And I got hit with fire. No, I got hit with thunder, never mind. But, oh, goddammit, I went the wrong way. Oh god, I got frozen. That's okay. That's okay. We got this. We got this. Just a little bit more. I know there's some screen flicker that's happening here, but we've got this. We're gonna take him down. This Wily machine is in the dreams of every single gamer. I mean, he's tedious. Very tedious. But if you have means to... Oh, god damn it, it's starting to rain, isn't it? Well, of course it's gonna rain. Why wouldn't it? And I'm sorry if you hear rain in the background, but it's Florida. It's going to do that. But as I was saying, this is going to be a tedious Dr. Wily, if not hard, because of the fact of how much damage he does to you, and you could barely do damage to him. Yes, you have the healing to suffice, but yeah, it's just the fact that this guy does some really hard damage. And he's hard to reach, unless you have the Super Adapter. And also, the thing about that is elemental orbs do a zigzag pattern. And when you try to avoid them, they'll seek and home you out. And that is the problem. You will get hit, and it's hard for me to avoid getting hit. I'm not whining or anything, I'm just saying it's hard for me to avoid getting hit because it costs... It requires a lot of hand-eye coordination, and that is something I don't have. Not when I first played this game, back when I was young, and not now. But we almost got him, folks. Oh, he almost got me. Holy shit. I'm almost dead. He's almost dead. But it's time to end this, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to put the nightmare to rest. Go to hell, Wily, and don't come back. Oh, by the way, it actually is doing 2 damage to him. Never mind. With that said, Wily has been defeated. However, translation error, sorry. Wily just begging for mercy as usual. But Mega Man's not having any of that shit. Oh, by the way, as far as translation errors go, you're about to see one right now. Because when Wily said that robots can't harm humans, Mega Man is supposed to be pondered and taught in hesitation. Instead, North American made him sound like a sadistic murderer. This was all supposed to be ellipses, by the way. But seriously, I am more than a robot. Die, Wily! What the fuck? Mega Man's the Terminator now? Localization for the win. It's not even localization, because this is half-assed. Anyway, Treble will come to the rescue and save Dr. Wily once he's buried, and of course, Bass will laugh in our face that we didn't defeat Dr. Wily. So with that said, we'll see Bass again, as well as Wily and Treble in Mega Man 8. For now, that's not the only thing that was edited out. As a matter of fact, in the SNES version of the game, Mega Man was walking away from a burning Dr. Wily's palace. Not here. That's been edited out for the collection, for the anniversary collection, sorry. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with Mega Man 7. My final thoughts? This game is pretty hard, and it's, like I said, it's got tight controlling. My issue is, when I was recording the game, there was a lot of sprite flickering issues, and I just had problems trying to find out where the hell Mega Man was, and that also caused me to die really, really fast. Yeah, I did do things that sort of sucked, but to be honest with you, I did have a good time. It's not the worst game in the series. I mean, come on. That honor goes to Mega Man and Bass. But still, there was a lot of things that could have... Actually, no. It's perfect? No, actually not. Let me rephrase that. It's not perfect. There were some things that was wrong with the game. I was trying to defend it, but the thing that kind of rubs me the wrong way the most is its obsessive use of elements from Mega Man 2. Whether it was from Bubble Man, from Airman, or Quick Man in the case of Turbo Man. Still salty about that stage, by the way. There was just like throwbacks to Mega Man 2, and I understand Mega Man 2 was a popular game, but Inafune didn't have to really go above and beyond the Call of Duty to do that. And then there was the matter of the weapons. The weapons, I gotta say, with the exception of the Junk Shield and the Freeze Cracker, all the weapons were primarily utilities to find secret items, and they're only good for to put bosses in stun locks. That's it. Especially the Scorch Wheel. God, the Scorch Wheel is horrible. There's not much to say about that. It is the worst loadout in the whole entirety of the series. Far worse than Mega Man 5. And I actually did use some of the weapons there. Well, barely. But I did use what I like to use. Basically, the gravity. What was that thing again? God damn it. It wasn't a gravity well. No, the gravity burst. I forgot what it was, but I did use Gravity Man's weapon more than what I did any other weapon in this entire game. Hell, if you guys remember in Mega Man 5, I used up quite a number of weapons. Hell, I even used a Star Crash, for God's sakes. I used a Star Crash more in this game than what I did a majority of the weapons in Mega Man 7. They're that forgettable. But as forgettable as the weapons of Mega Man 7, at least they don't suck as bad as the fire... the Fire Blast. Yes, Flame Mammoth's weapon is garbage. Still garbage, and I think it's garbage to this day. Thank you. And I will not change my opinion on that weapon. But whatever the case, folks, we're done here. And the only thing left I have to say is that for the time being, there won't be any more short-term Let's Plays until September. Because September, on Saturday and Sunday, will be the Final Fantasy XV Vaults, like I promised. But I will finish Saints Row between July and August, and then I'll come up with my next Let's Play. But the next time I come in to Mega Man, it will be Mega Man 8. Because I don't have to do Mega Man and Bass, that's already been done. So yeah, I'll just deal with Mega Man 8 and next time I come to the Mega Man universe. But for the time being, this is RVman 985, and again, there won't be any more short-term projects for a while. It'll be particularly me finishing off Saints Row. That'll give me enough time to not only pick up shifts and work, but also make some changes and clean up my computer and finish up Saints Row the 3rd. So that way, September is going to be a fantastic month. It is. I'll tell you more about the details, but one thing is officially confirmed. The vaults will be on Saturday and Sunday starting September 1st. So see you guys next time.